Let's see, how much? 1.30, 1.30 is the last difference. Chemo.
They are saying, ale, 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 ale.
The gossip girl passed by. Did you see her?
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Ale, 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 Paul. How should we call him? Paul, Paulo, Pablo?
Paul, he says, or I don't know what Paul is.
Paul.
Hey, Lucho, you used the adjective unmanageable, another unmanageable one here on the other screen. Mathieu van der Poel already won Omloop, has 7 or 8 cyclocross world titles, won Paris-Roubaix, is a 3-time champion if I remember correctly, and has won almost everything in road cycling. So Van der Poel wins here on the other little screen we have from Belgium, and we return to the one that concerns us, which is the Faun Ardèche Classic. Let me tell you quickly, look. Second place in the general classification of the Garbe circuit. He won a stage this year. He won the Tour de l'Avenir last year, and that was still at 18 years old. He finished third in the European Men's Elite Championship, also at 18 years old. Tour de l'Avenir. We already mentioned it with 2 stages, 7th in Lombardy last year as well, there with the big names. So that was still at 18 years old. He already has quite an impressive resume, one that many will envy. And adding up and adding up and adding up.
Okay, Samuel Zamora's, for those who were asking who was with us, Samuel Zamora from the great state of Mexico. Up from Chihuahua, up from Ensenada, from the lands of Torito and Sancto, the Bull, Samuel Zamora, very good. Okay, Chemo, the 14% ramp for Pablo Cesar, conquered the toughest ramp. He comes back and sits on the machine alone. How many people have already come out at this hour of the morning? 10, 16 in the morning. In Colombia, where big-time cycling originates, big-time cycling comes from Colombia. For the whole world, with all the followers we already have for you, bringing you all this information. I was with the Gossi girl a moment ago, Chemo.
Well, he started to climb with a 1 minute and 25-second lead over the 3 who are chasing him. And they went by at 1:30, which means he gained 5 more seconds on the climb and now going downhill. And on this flat section, you can see he's pushing and pushing, trying to gain a little more of an advantage. And the group that's chasing is at 1:30, and the group with Egan is at 2:29, which means they're now 59 seconds behind. There's no way for the 3 to catch Cisa, nor for the 6 to catch the 3 in second place. So second, third, and fourth place will be contested between George Jenson, Lenny Martinez, and the other rider there, the man from UAE. What's his name? His name was
Jean Christen.
Jean Christen. Jean Christen. The Swiss Jean Christen. Those are the 3. They just passed at 1:30, exactly 1:30. They just passed the summit. And now they'll have to agree on whether they want to close the gap. Or maybe they'll start looking at each other to see who will make it to the podium. Of the 3, there are only 2 spots for them. That's right, Luchito?
Here comes Jensen. Jean Christen is dropping back, and the man from the United Arab Emirates is falling behind, giving it his all. He's trying to make the connection, trying to adjust, to get comfortable. Ladies and gentlemen, in the central section, they're having an amazing race right now, coming out on the right side. My dear Pipe is also keeping an eye on this information that we're bringing you through Cycling Big Time, where what's truly great is cycling. Up front, we have Christensen, Matteo Jorgensen, Lenny Martinez, and Paulo Seixas going for the stage. Nothing left to do, Chemo.
There are 5 left, as you said, 5 kilometers to go. I want to tell people who are new to this, right? Before, there used to be a professional category and another for amateurs in cycling. And on the track, they used to race 5 kilometers for the individual and 4 kilometers for the younger riders, right? For the amateurs. Now that's been unified to 4 kilometers for the individual pursuit event. Let's see, now the other riders are coming one by one behind. I don't know where Egan Bernal is. I hope he's somewhere close by. But there are some riders who have broken away from that group where Egan Bernal was. And maybe they're going to finish ahead of the Colombian rider. Lucho?
Of course. There they are. I can see them. Here they come all lined up. It's just so tough here. It's really tough here. They're passing by right now. Race situation, Seixas, then Jorgensen and Martinez, and then there's Christen, further back Christen. They're already 8 or 10 seconds ahead of Christen, the 2 men who are gliding along. The descent has started here, and this one is going down. He has incredible confidence. Careful here, he'll have to do it with a cool head, but calmly. Dress me slowly because I'm in a hurry, my dear Samuel. That's what Napoleon Bonaparte used to say, Samuel.
Just a few kilometers remain, under 4 kilometers on the descent. There's also an upcoming flat section that Seixas will handle easily. Jorgensen and Lenny Martinez are 1 minute and 30 seconds behind, likely battling for silver and bronze. Jan couldn't keep up. With these last two I just mentioned, he's just a few seconds behind. So it looks like Lenny Martinez, the Frenchman, and Matteo Jorgensen, the American, will be fighting for the podium in this race. Where the Frenchman left them behind, about 42 kilometers from the finish line, he said, "I'm leaving now, see you later, I have things to do," and went on to take his first victory of the season. No, he already won in Algarve, so this would be his second win this season.
Yes, sir. 120, but watch out because Jorgensen and Martinez took 10 seconds off his lead. They took 10 seconds off his lead. No, we have to say it anyway. No, we have to say it. 120 is the difference. Now behind, sir.
For the French, it would be wonderful. First Cesar and second Martinez to take first and second place in this event right there on their home turf.
Of course.
Mr. Jenson is bigger than Martinez, right?
Look at the coach's happiness. Look at the coach's happiness. He gets close to him there. Cyril Dessel, who is the one who brought him here? He's the man coming in the vehicle from the Decathlon CMA team, and he's practically ready with 2 kilometers to go. Celebrating, he's about to start celebrating. I want to see how Paul Seixas celebrates. This young man hasn't even shaved once. They zoomed in on him, did a close-up, and he hasn't even shaved once. Only 19 years old. Paul Seixas, who has given a wonderful, extraordinary performance. You can use whatever adjective you want, but we've seen a tremendous stage for France today. And if Lenny Martinez finishes in second place, like Kimo says, ladies and gentlemen, hats off and wine for everyone. Kimo.
Yes, sir. Today we have to drink some wine. Samuel goes for tequila. I do too. But anyway, let's celebrate. We also want to see where Egan Bernal finishes, where Cepeda, the Ecuadorian, who was also coming close by, finishes. At this moment, Seixas has a 1 minute and 20 second lead over Jorgensen and Martinez. Kristen is coming at 1:35. Then there's a group at 2:30 with Piganzoli, Eskermosi, Scaroni, and Egan Bernal. And then the rest are coming behind. Cepeda, who fell back a little, is already losing by 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And there's a big group with the others. Let's see. There's Diego Pescador. That group is at 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Watch out. Kristen caught up. He caught up really strong and wants to pass them by. Lucho.
Yes, he attacked. Kristen arrived. He caught up with Jorgensen and Martinez, and right away he attacked them, gave them a strong surge. Jorgensen reacts, and Lenny Martinez an impressive swerve. And here comes the red triangle, ladies and gentlemen, red flag. Here, for the last kilometer of Paulo Seixas, the fanfares sound, everything is sounding. Here, as Rubencho would say, the door of scares opens, as Rubencho would say, and there you have it, Lito Seixas over the last kilometer. Unstoppable, marvelous, spectacular. He's coming with all the tricks. Here he comes, makes a swerve, looks to the left, looks to the right. The Frenchman settles back in. Spectacular, extraordinary. Many thanks to Real Canada. $5 we give a like here to Real Canada. Thank you 7,551 for supporting us in these last 700 meters. Holding the top of the handlebars. What a great job by Seixas. Now the duel is left for the 3 behind. Who will be second, Kimo?
Okay, let's see. I think Jorgensen, because of his build, should be second. But Christian seems upset. He said, they left me behind. He's already caught up with them, and now he's going to try to pull a trick to win the race. He looks back. Seixas is calm now. He's going to make it. He's about to start. What did you want to know? How will he celebrate? Luchito?
Ready? He lets go of the handlebars, looks back, right hand in the air. Number 1 shows the sign, and he's going to win. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Arms up together, punches the air, embraces the victory, clenches his fists for the stopwatch. And Pablo Seixas has won, ladies and gentlemen, in Tierras Profetas. Seixas has won in Ardèche. Wonderful, extraordinary, this 19-year-old guy. Let's go for the second one. They arrived 23 seconds ago. Christian started. Chase Christian started. Jan Christian is coming. He moves to the right, to the left. Now they look at each other as if on the track.
Kema from the Velodrome, 4.37.20. The time for Seixas. Let's wait. It's been 36 seconds since the Frenchman passed the radio. There's a tremendous fight between Christian, George Jenson, and Martinez. Let's see. I think George Jenson should be second because of his build, I say. Although Christian is also very agile. Luchito.
He finishes, puts on his jacket, and watch how he walks out, acting like nothing happened, but he gave it his all. Let's see who he's going to hug. Probably his family. There they are. Must be his mom and dad. Must be his mom and dad. And there's the flag of France. Exactly. With everything, he came quickly to the celebrations while we're waiting for the second one. Here, this race has a name of its own. France has a new revelation, and write it in golden letters, bold golden letters. His name is Paul Seixas in French. Call him Pablo if you want, in Spanish. And here comes the duel. Here comes the ground. Christian, Jensen, Martinez. Let's see, Martinez is coming from behind. Lenny Martinez starts, but George Jensen is protecting the racing line. George Jensen, the yellow roller, comes to the front. Here comes Lenny. George Jensen, no, behind. Christian, who's coming with everything. United Arab Emirates, Christian beat them. Jan Christian won the sprint, second place. Now, yes, gentlemen, Kamo, Samu.
152, I think Christian won, and second place went to Jensen. I think Martinez eased up a little at the end. Let's see who else arrives here. When it's 2 minutes 4 seconds, the Frenchman arrived. Lucho Viene, a rider from Lidl Trek.
Yes, it's Pinganzoli. This is Pinganzoli. And here comes Egan in the back. So the winner is Mr. Paul Cisa. Second place goes to John Christian. Third to Lenny Martinez. Fourth to George Jensen. Here comes Egan Bernal, the Colombian dressed in yellow, blue, and red. But I see him with a happy, smiling face. Egan Bernal finishes. Ladies and gentlemen, Esquimal has passed. Pinganzoli has passed. Seventh place, Egan Bernal finishes. The race is 2 for the Colombian.
Yes, the Colombian arrived at 2:36. So first Cisa, second Christian, third Martinez, fourth Jensen, not George Jensen. That's how it ended. Then a young man from let's see if we have him already.